Good morning, everyone. Today we will start a next chapter, that is case studies related to directing. Let's start. The first question is identify and explain the following elements of directing function of management. First is Mr. Pramod Agarwal, a manager, explains a worker about operations to be carried out by him on a high-tech machine. Then, Mr. Rajinder Tyagi, a mining engineer, explains about safety precautions to be followed while working in a coal mine. Next, Mr. Ali Saraj, a managing director, declares shares in the profits to the managers for their contribution to enhance profits of the company. Next, Mr. Rajiv, a manager, inspires his employees by playing a lead role in performing a work. So in all these, we have to identify the elements of directing functions of management. So in the first part, Mr. Pramod Agarwal, he is a manager of a company and he is explaining about the operations to be carried out on high-tech machines. So what it is called? It is called supervision, because supervision means instructing, observing, monitoring and guiding the efforts of the subordinates for the achievement of work targets in the desired manner. Then is Mr. Rajinder Tyagi, a mining engineer, explains about safety precautions to be followed while working in a coal mine. So here what he is explaining about the safety precautions to be followed while working. So it is called communication. He is communicating the people about how to take the safety precautions, and communication is also the process of exchange of ideas and information among people to create common understanding, right? Then next is Mr. Ali Saraf, a managing director, declares share in the profits to the managers for their contribution to enhance profits of the company. So here Mr. Saraf is declaring share in the profits to the managers also. So he is motivating them. It is a type of motivation, and motivation also means stimulating people to action to accomplish desired goals, right? Then last is Mr. Rajiv, a manager, inspires his employees by playing a lead role in performing a work. So he is inspiring his employees to take a lead role. So it is leadership element of directing function, right? And leadership is the art of process of influencing people so that they strive willingly and enthusiastically towards the achievement of group goals. The next question is, Sadaf is a chief executive officer of a reputed company. She introduced appropriate skill development programs and a sound promotion policy for the employees for her company to motivate and retain the best talent in the company. She designed the jobs of the managers to include greater variety of work content. Identify and explain the two incentives introduced by Sadaf to motivate the employees of a company. So we have to identify the incentives introduced by Sadaf to motivate the employees of a company. So here first is career advancement opportunity, because career advancement or promotion means providing an opportunity to employees to improve their skills to be promoted to higher level of job, and appropriate skill development programs and sound promotion policy provide career advancement opportunity to the employees. And in this question also, she introduced appropriate skill development programs and a sound promotion policy for the employees of a company to motivate and retain the best talent in the company. Then next is job enrichment. Job enrichment means designing jobs that include greater variety of work content, require high level of knowledge and skill, give workers more autonomy and responsibility, and provide the opportunity for personal growth and a meaningful work experience. So in this question also, she designed the jobs of the manager to include greater variety of work content, right? So it is job enrichment. Then next question is, Charu is working in a company on regular basis. As per the job agreement, she had to work for 8 hours a day and was free to work overtime. Charu worked overtime. Due to overtime, she fell ill and had to take leave from her work. No one showed concern and inquired about her health. She realized that she was fulfilling only some of her needs, and while some of her needs still remained to be fulfilled. Identify the needs of Charu discussed in the above para. Also explain two needs of Charu followed by the above needs which still remained to be satisfied. So the needs discussed in the above para is safety and security needs and affiliation and belonging needs. So we have to also explain these needs. Safety and security needs provide security and protection from physical and emotional harm. And in this question, we are talking about the job security, like Charu is working in a company on regular basis, right? So we are talking about the job security. The next is affiliation or belonging needs. These needs refer to affection, sense of belongingness, cordial relation with colleagues, and acceptance and friendship. So here we are talking that no one showed concern and inquired about her health. So we are talking about the belonging needs, that cordial relation with the colleagues, acceptance and friendship. So in the next part we have to explain the two needs of Charu followed by the above needs which still remain to be satisfied. So that is esteem needs. These include factors such as self-respect, autonomy status, recognition and attention, job titles, etc. and self-actualization needs, which refers to the drive to become what one is capable of becoming, and these needs include growth, self-fulfillment and achievement of growth. Pramod was a supervisor at Annapurna and Atta factory. The factory was producing 200 quintals of atta every day. His job was to make sure that the work went on smoothly and there was no interruption in production. He was a good leader who would give orders only after consulting his subordinates and work out the policies with the acceptance of the group. Identify and describe the leadership style being adopted by Pramod. So we have to identify the leadership style being adopted by him. Here in this question, democratic style of leadership is being used because the Pramod, who was a supervisor, he would only give orders after consulting his subordinates and work out the policies with the acceptance of the group, right? And democratic style of leadership also says that it is a style of leadership in which the leader develops action and plans and makes decision in consultation with his subordinates. Next question is, in an organization, employees always feel that they are under enormous unnecessary stress, as Mr. Latour, the manager, does not provide any information about future plans but simply instructs them what to do. He also does not listen to any of the suggestions given by the subordinates. Identify the type of leadership style followed by the manager in the above situation. So in this question, autocratic style of leadership is being used because the manager, Mr. Latour, does not provide any information about the future plans but simply instructs them what to do. He is only giving the orders to the subordinates. And autocratic style of leadership, in autocratic style of leadership, the leader gives orders and expects his subordinate to obey those orders, right? Next question is, Manmohan, a manager in a company, has given complete freedom to his subordinates. He avoids the use of power and depends largely upon the group to establish its own goals and work out its own problems. Which style of leadership is he followed? So in this question, the manager of a company has given complete freedom to his subordinates and he is dependent upon the group to establish its own goals and work out its own problems. So here laissez-faire leadership is being used because this leadership style is one in which a leader gives a high degree of freedom to his followers to formulate their own objectives and ways to achieve them. The next question is, Mohan and Sohan are friends working in Surya Limited as production manager and sales manager respectively. In an interdepartmental meeting, Sohan informed Mohan about a change in the marketing policy of the company. Identify the type of communication used in the above example. So in this question, Sohan is informing Mohan about change in the marketing policy of the company in an interdepartmental meeting. So he is informing in a formal way. So here formal communication is being used because formal communication flows through official channels designed in the organizational chart, right? The next question is, Rita and Meeta are working in the same organization but in different departments. One day at lunchtime, Meeta informs Rita that due to computerization, many people are going to be retrenched soon from the organization. Which type of communication is this? So they are discussing about the computerization in the lunchtime. So they are discussing in an informal way. So it is informal communication, and informal communication takes place without following the formal lines of the communication. Hope you understood the case studies. Do comment your doubts if you have any.